I want to bring in Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton. I'm just picking up on what Senator Schumer had to say there. He regards the Republican pressure for impeachment unserious. What would you say to that, Tom?
Well, in my view, what's unserious is to ignore really the powerful evidence of a racketeering operation that involved then Vice President Biden and arguably President Biden and bribery. And there's been nothing like it in American history where a president has been so directly implicated in personal and public related criminal activity. And as the moderates, so-called moderates in the Republican Party admitting in the House, is the evidence is overwhelming. They'd be like nothing more than avoid this, but the facts are what they are. And on top of that, you have Hunter showing up and thumbing his nose at the Hill yesterday, going into what looks to be contempt of Congress. We find out from Politico, he talked to his father about that. So, Hunter and Joe are joined at the hip. And in my view, Joe Biden and the White House counsel's office that's been in contact with Hunter's lawyers about, frankly, it looks like how to obstruct and divert these investigations, should be subject to questioning through this impeachment inquiry as well.
Will Hunter ever testify, and does it matter?
Well, he's under 2 federal indictments now, and I would presume his lawyer would probably be telling him to take the Fifth Amendment. But it does matter in the sense that there is a law. You have to comply with congressional subpoenas absent a good reason, and you can go to court to try to object to them. But to go into contempt like this puts you potentially in the criminal crosshairs. But Hunter, I think, is betting on his father's appointees in the Biden Justice Department to engage in a partisan analysis here and not pursue any contempt charges if they're referred by the House.
As the impeachment inquiry goes forward, you're going to interview witnesses and subpoena documents, that kind of thing. Is bad stuff going to come out between now and the end of the primary season sufficient to put Biden out of the race? What do you think?
Oh, well, that's more of a political question. It's unlikely. It's unlikely that we'll get more detailed or admissions, especially since the money is disguised, it looks like, as loans and such, and people are going to have to decide whether they credit the explanations that there are loan repayments from China money and there were legitimate loans at issue. So there's always going to be a big question: is it enough to force Biden from office? I don't know, but I tell you. In response to Schumer, I would recommend Republicans really accelerate and escalate the impeachment inquiry and not mess around and wait months and weeks to get testimony. They need to push hard.
Just get on with it. Tom Fitton, great stuff. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. We'll see you again real soon.